Today we're looking at iMovie, and first cab off the rank is titles and lower thirds. So here we go. Of course, we're on iOS. I'm on my iPhone. I'm going to jump into iMovie. Let's start a brand new project for the purpose of this. So I'm going to movie, and let's just drop some footage on the timeline so we've got something to work with, and create movie. So I have just some footage on the timeline. Now typically you want to add a title. A lot of people drop something at the beginning, but you can drop it at any point. So I'm just going to pick a couple of seconds in. So what I'm going to do is tap on the main footage on the main timeline there, and at the bottom you can see you've got a couple of options here, which is the currently selected one, which is the split, where you can cut up your clips, of course. The timer to slow down and speed up your clips. The volume control, so you can turn up and down the audio from the clip. And then the next one is T for titles. So this is where your titles come in. And then the last one, of course, is color filters, basically. Well, let's jump back to the titles, because that's what we're here to cover today. Now, by default, titles is off, none, because there's no titles. So I'm just going to pick one. I'm just going to go to the first one here. It says slide. And I'm going to pick that by default. And what you see happens is it just moved along the timeline a bit. And what you can see at the top here is some text. Obviously, we wanted to say something. To change the text, you want to tap on the text up the top there. You get the little edit come up. We're going to click that. And then we can type in something. So in this case, I'm going to type in... There it is there. Now what you can see is the title is just a big title across the middle of the screen. Now, if you want to turn that to a lower third, we're going to get to that in just a second. You can see at the bottom, we've got some tools to customize the text. The first one is the font. We can click on that and pick various fonts. I'm going to go with Helvetica New Way for this one. Just why not? But you can pick any font in the list, of course. The second one is going to be the color, where I can set the color of the font. Now, I'm partial to white text myself. Like I could make it maybe red or something, but sometimes the colors you pick blend in with the background, so you want to be strategic with that. Some people like to go over yellow. Let's go with the yellow. So we're going to go back out, and then the third option here is these three dots, which is an additional menu of options. The first one is style, which is default lower third. So what happens? Look what happens when I click lower third. Boom, straight down into the bottom left hand corner. We've got an instant lower third. That's pretty cool. So I can leave it like that. I can tweak things like turning on and off the text shadow, which is a bit like a drop shadow, which I tend to prefer, having a little bit of depth on the text. The other one is upper and lowercase, which if I not typed it all in uppercase, that would just change it from uppercase to title case. And then the third and last option here is full clip duration. Now let me show you this for a second. We'll go back out. Let's go back to the start and we'll play this for a sec. The name comes up, and after a predetermined amount of time, it just fades away. That wasn't the whole clip, that was just at the beginning. So let's go back to that, click on that, go back into the title. If I click full clip duration, it will apply the title to the entire duration of the clip. In this case, I think it's like 55 seconds. So if I click that on, you'll see now that if I play it, the title comes on, but now the title stays there for the entire clip, all until I get to the point where there's like a split or a break in it. It's just applied it to the section I've selected. In this case, I selected the entire 55 seconds. So you can see it's still there, and if we scroll to the end, it just fades out right at the end there. But we don't want that. Typically you don't want that, so we're going to turn it off again. And then I'm going to go back to the top, and you can see it's just at the start. So if you wanted to customize the duration, then what you do is you find a split line of how long you want it to go for, like 10 seconds to 10 seconds, and you can just drop a split and then apply the title to the whole section. Therefore, it's a 10-second lower third. And what I'm going to do is just go past this lower third, and I'm going to show you an advanced trick that you might be able to do. Say you've got some motion titles or something like that you've created in a third-party software and you want to bring them in. You can do that. I'm going to go to the plus menu and click video, because it would be a video format. Now I got to find the particular piece. Okay, recently added, I have 2 here. And the second one, the top one is obviously the clip that I'm using. The second one is a title graph that goes for 7 seconds. You can see here, it's very small, but it's a graphic that pops up and then disappears at the end. So I can add that in different ways. If I hit add with the plus sign, it's just going to put it straight in at the beginning and the end at the point where I might have left the playhead. But if I go into the 3-dot menu, I can add it as a cutaway, a picture-in-picture, a split screen, a green-blue screen, audio only. Now for this one to work properly, you're going to want green-blue screen. So I'm going to hit that in, and what it does, it drops it right where I had the playhead. So let's go ahead and play that so you get an idea of what it looks like. And there it is. It's a motion graphic overlaying. Let me show you. If I didn't use a green screen option, this is what would happen. Let's go back in, tap on that. Say I used cutaway, which would be like a B-roll. Cutaway means B-roll. If I did that, now that's dropped that in. You can see here when I play it, it ignores the transparency on the file because it's a transparent MOV, by the way. But one thing I can do is if I forget to bring it in as a cutaway rather than as a green-blue screen, I can actually go in, select that, and then I got a option to change the cutaway to the green-blue screen, the split screen, or the picture-in-picture. So let's go back, change it to the green screen. You can see instantly it is now a motion graphic title popping up. So we have it popping up twice. So recapping, we have the traditional titles in iMovie. Then we can bring in something a little bit more advanced that we created somewhere else that has been created as a transparent MOV file. So you can see we've got those 2 different types of options to do titles, lower thirds. So you can have something pre-created, bring it in, or you can use the built-in titling feature to create a lower third using one of the presets. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'll catch you next time.
Subscribe to Hewson YT for more tech for content creation.